What's up guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, I am Raisa and this is
Manuel with an I.
Before we go any further, I'd like you to please give this video a like and please subscribe right now.
My ocean, she ride into my ocean. Quite frankly, on my ocean, my ocean.
So guys, thanks for joining us. Today we decided to have a bit of a twist to our channel.
Do something different.
Yeah, we're gonna go a bit deep inside in some discussion. So this is gonna be part 1 of, it might lead to part 50 something. But we just decided to give you like a more in-depth side of us, and because we always joke around and make jokes and make videos for you guys to laugh and be entertained and all that, but I think it's also important to stimulate our minds sometimes and just create some topic. So we would like you guys to comment and what you think about this specific episode.
And also what else you would like us to talk about.
Yeah, let us know, man. Don't just laugh at us. Yeah, Kakai, man, it's funny. Yeah, Raisa's funny.
As much as we portray this perfect life on social media, we all have our own difficulties and flaws and traumas.
Skeletons.
Well, not so much skeletons, but things that you're going through that you can't shake off, and it's not easy. Yeah. So
firstly, we're going to talk about what we went through
relationship-wise,
yeah, breakups, heartbreak,
and how it affected us.
So tell me, what was your...
I think I had more trauma in this area.
Yes.
I think girls just feel more heartbroken.
Tell me about your first heartbreak or the first stages of an heartbreak. How did you deal with it? How did you view it as? And
the very first one.
Yeah.
So I think this is kind of a highlight in my life. Well, not like a good highlight, but when I was in high school, I was very naive to what was going on around me. When I came to high school, actually, I didn't know that people kiss without being in a relationship. So obviously when I liked someone, or when this person liked me, I obviously took it like overboard, and I thought, no, this is the person I'm going to marry, this is the person I'm going to be with forever.
Is that what you thought?
Yeah. Yeah. I was in grade 8 when I met the guy, and this guy actually was part of my life for a very long time because I was so naive and I couldn't let go of the situation. So I kind of got hurt by the same person until I actually realized, no man, this isn't it. So as a young girl, you're obviously very vulnerable to older guys, so they take advantage of you and they can easily get into your head and tell you they love you, they want to be with you, but in actual fact it's just for their benefit at the end of the day, which is what happened to me through and through. I kind of believed this person and I was so invested in it, and he kept hurting me. So that was the first time I felt like I was heartbroken. It's the end of the world, and this guy kept coming back to me, and then I thought he was my kryptonite. I thought, oh, this is so beautiful that we keep finding each other. Can't he? It was just when he broke up with his actual girlfriend and I was bored and I was coming to me. That phase in my life, I thought that he loved me, but it was all words and no talk, and it was all talk and no action, and now I know it should be the other way.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you about the older guys. Look, and this is from a guy's perspective, guys in general.
Okay, wait, sorry, but also I was in high school this time.
Yeah.
So now that you older, I don't see you in that way. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like,
I get, that's why I said I get what you're saying. I'm just saying in general that guys in nature, like, we are built with the mindset of manipulating. The goal is to manipulate another female. You don't even realize that you're doing it, but you will say anything that sounds appealing to her. With that type of mindset, like anything comes to mind just to make her laugh or just to get what you want from her. If you obviously don't feel real love for her or whatever, then your true colors will come out, you know. And that's just how it goes, especially if you're young. I mean, if you're young, you're just filled with lust and all that. But coming back to first heartbreaks and all that, I can't say the same because I was terrified of females when I was younger.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like high school?
High school, especially high school. I think I was more scared of rejection. More to say, like, I wasn't scared of females, like, I was just scared of rejection. I would speak to females and all that, but it's only when it came to a later stage, like, you know, on a senior level.
Why did you feel like you would get rejected? The real reasons.
I honestly wouldn't know, but it's probably something deeper. But I never had the courage to let a girl know. One of the reasons also that I can firmly say terrified me, I always fell for the can't get girl. You know what a can't get girl is? Like the most beautiful one in the school, or the one that everybody's chasing. I think I've learned to groan with that feeling. Look at what I ended up with. Can't get. Yeah, man. So I think I only experienced my first heartbreak like when I was a young adult, like at the age of 21, 22. That's when like it smashed me.
But what? So with my situation, like you say, the guy was doing everything to make me smile, and on the receiving end I was taking it as if I'm the most important girl in the world, and because I never felt that feeling before, it was something new to me, and I was just so in love with the feeling, and I would convince myself that this is the one and this is the guy that's gonna make me the happiest girl. And also, like, when you would do something wrong, it kind of makes you want them more.
What do you mean? Explain.
Like when you see them or somebody else, or they do something bad to you, then you kind of want them more.
That's typical. I don't know why that happens.
Yeah, I'm not like that anymore. Fuck that.
You better not be.
Fuck that. Like, I mean, talking like in general, like I've really grown from that. If somebody's not giving me the same energy, then basically.
Yeah, I think you know, it's vital to be naive and ignorant, especially when you're young. You need to go through those things because, and we'll talk about this in part 2 or 3 of what it actually meant, what it does, how it brings growth to you, you know, and that's what we're going to talk about in the next video, about the growth that came from, you know, all those experiences.
Luckily for me, I've always worn my heart on my sleeve, so even though I got...
Luckily? What do you mean? Why do you say
because
luckily?
Even though I got hurt, I didn't become cold-hearted, and I didn't shut love out. I've never ever done that. I feel like because of that, that's one of my strong points. I didn't become bitter. I didn't generalize men. I still don't.
I think that's the one thing.
Men out there.
No, of course. I think that's the one thing that a lot of guys cannot do, and I speak for myself, that when you do get hurt, like you become this monster where you don't value a female, you don't value love, you know, you just become rebellious in that area, and you start going around hurting females, and you don't even realize that's what you're doing. Because I know with my first actual heartbreak, like, I couldn't deal with it, eh? But again, later I realized that I had issues. My heart got broken, and I took it out on every single female I came across, you know. And I mean, there was quite a few of them that probably could have given me the shot of experiencing actual love or real love, you know, or a good time or whatever. But because I was so hooked on how I got hurt with Exhibit A, I ended up hurting other people, you know. And it's just, again, something that I've learned through going through that experience. But yeah, you see, because my heart wasn't really broken, and this is the next chapter that we jumping onto now, because I didn't really experience like proper heartbreak, somebody messing with me, cheating on me or whatever, because I wasn't like in a real relationship in high school. So when I came to that point where I met somebody and I was with this person for quite some time, and it was a bit of a toxic relationship, because I mean it's my first actual relationship and I didn't know how to handle it or exit from it, or you know. So this person was like 2-3 years older than me, so you know it was a bit tough. Labels. Go on.
Babes on my labels.
So it lasted for a good 4 years, and then in the end, like we did eventually break up. But then this person.
Why did you break up?
It was a number of things. It was toxic, verbal abuse, and not from me, by the way. I had my mistakes, obviously.
It's funny because whenever you think about abuse in a relationship,
you immediately think it's the guy.
It's the guy.
Immediately, yeah.
I mean, in some of my relationships, I also thought I was the alpha, so I also became like verbally abusive, and I would just say anything because you feel like, oh, the guy can take it.
And in actual fact, you know, like I'm capable of those things, but because I have that much respect for you and I'm trying to show you that this is how you should reciprocate my behavior, you know, like it's tough. So this person just did not get it, and then after 4 years of the same thing, I don't know, I just snapped, you know, and I was like, nah, I'm not willing to marry a person like this and raise my kids in an environment like this. I don't want to wake up in 20 years time looking at my partner and some, what did I do, you know.
The thing that I also learned is that whenever you're going through this thing of wanting to get out of a relationship, you ask everybody well, as a girl, you ask everybody for advice, but you know in your head that
you guys
don't want to be with this person. But at the same time, I learned that the world can give you advice, but you need to mentally and physically be at that point where you can't take it anymore. So like you need to get to that point, and you need to encourage yourself and tell yourself that this is not for you, and only when you have that mindset and when you're ready to get out of it, you'll get out of it. So
Most
that's what I learned. That's why things keep going on and on. The relationship is toxic and it goes on and on because you're not telling yourself in your head that this is not for you, you don't deserve it. So that's why it goes on for so long.
So with her, it was just, what made it bad was that she moved on literally within weeks, if not days.
She had a man before that, she had a man.
That's what I thought. And that's what everybody thought, you know. So for me, that was like, I was cheated on. I took it like that, you know what I mean? But looking back now, again, story for another part. Looking back now, it's like I was being silly actually, but at the time it felt like the world was ending. Like 4 years and you're just gonna move like within days. I could not believe.
That's also a good point because she might not have had somebody while she was in a relationship, but you can literally be with somebody for 4 years of your life and it won't work out, and then you meet somebody and within a week it's marriage.
I can agree to that now, but back then it was like, nah, brother. She has to die or something. I wanted to get to assassinate her or something. I'm just joking.
So you felt cheated on?
Yeah, I felt cheated on. Like that I saw dark. I went black.
So did that,
I am
did
black,
that make you cheat on somebody?
Eventually, yes, and this is what I want to get to.
Common.
I blocked myself from love. I had I put on this armor where I was like, hell no, I will never ever let a female put me in that position again, because when I love hard. I mean, she can testify to it, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, I was checking, brother. I'm gonna play this.
Stop, man.
So yeah, I couldn't open myself up to love anymore, and that's when I just went to that rebellious stage and just went through people's feelings and hearts and emotions. Like,
That sounds right.
yeah, I know that now, obviously, but at the time it was just like, and the more you like get to like new girls and all that, the more you feel, you know, you're getting a chip on your shoulder, or you like the man, you know. And at the time, I just I just want to say this off the record, guys. Don't ever think that you're ugly. You're not ugly. You're just broke. When you get money, you start getting.
No, for me, I learned at a very young age that nobody is out of your league. Nobody.
That's what I'm coming to. I used to think that up until I started getting a good job that pays me good money, you know, and you sort of like clean up well when that happens. So when that happened, then I started getting noticed. I'm like, okay. So I took advantage of that, and then I went head in. Like I took advantage of girls, you know, like and girls would actually, like, some of them would fall in love with me, but I wouldn't care. And then I just did that for like quite some time, and then it got me to a point where I was involved with somebody, but I made it very clear to the person that we're not an item, and I thought she knew. So when she found out about what I'm doing, and then, yeah, it turned out quite bad. And
It's dangerous.
that was the one time I actually felt bad, for the first time, that you know, and she obviously didn't deserve it. And I tried comforting myself by telling myself that, but I did let you know that this is who I am and all that, but you can't play with people's feelings like that, man.
And now that we're talking about it, does it open your eyes even more to know that the girl that you were taking advantage of was actually me? Do you know what I mean? Like, I was actually...
Yo, that's deep.
Like, I
Yo,
was
that's
actually receiving it like the girl that you would take. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yo, that's deep. Man.
Yeah. So that's why I always say, think if it's your mother, your sister, whoever's close to you, would you like it if they were treated the way you were treating another girl?
And you know, what you're saying is, it's actually deep now, because, I mean, when I look at myself, I was raised by a single parent, my mom. I've got a sister, my only sibling. So I couldn't put myself into that mindset to think like that at the time, you know what I mean? Because I was so selfishly driven to get what I want, you know what I mean? And looking at it now, it's like, yo, I would never put you through that. I would never
Put your
would
mom
want,
through
exactly, God,
your sister.
or my sister, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want that. So I can't, like, even one day when we get kids, you know, and my daughter, I don't want my daughter to go through that, you know?
I don't want my daughter to cry at night over a guy. Ugh. But also at the same time, it's good because you learn from it, you grow from it. Yeah.
So the cheating on part is, yeah.
I got cheated on. Long story short.
Tell me about that. How did you feel? And
This is the only cheating story that I know of. Right? So I don't ever remember being
yo,
cheated on.
that's another thing, eh? That's like another topic on its own,
Yeah,
that you
because
know of.
guys cover their tracks like 100%.
So do you?
I
You
never
do it
cheated-
better than us.
I never cheated on
No, I'm
you.
just saying in general. Please.
Did I cheat on anyone?
Sis,
Yeah, I did.
just
I
comment, please place your comments and your thoughts. Who do you think covers their tracks better? Guys or girls?
Comment. We waiting.
Please comment. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the only cheating story that I know of. So this guy and I were dating and it was serious, even brought him home, meet the parents. And then he told me one day that this girl told him she was pregnant.
Yo,
And then I was like,
yo.
what? And I was in high school this time and I was like, what?
You went through a lot in high school, no?
Yo, we were so naive.
What school did you go to? Yo.
So, no, he wasn't at my school though. So he told me that he told me that this girl was pregnant, And then I was like, okay, whatever. I was crying, but going through the works. And then he came back and he was like, oh no, she was lying. So I'm like, okay, but why did you leave her?
So should we get back on track then?
Yeah, that's what he was expecting. But the funny thing is, I took him back. I took him back, so I was so dumb.
Ah, my guy.
So he was like, yeah, this girl is lying. She was just making up rumors. She wanted to ruin my life. So I'm like, okay, but the fact that you believe.
But you did smash then.
Yeah.
It means that you did smash.
Yeah. That was my thing. But then I still forgave him. I even went with him to his matric ball. Like.
And now people are gonna know who it is.
It's fine. I don't care.
Matric ball partner. We're gonna search you out.
And then at his matric ball, he told me that the girl is actually pregnant. So that's the story, and it was all like everybody knew.
Was it like?
And
how did you take it?
The funny thing is, everybody said this girl and I looked like each other. It was the worst.
How did you take it though?
I was heartbroken, but I think I was more humiliated than anything.
Okay. You brought something up that stood out to me now about the humiliating part. When I think back to when I heard the girl that I was talking about, that I was referring to, like this happened a good 5-6 years ago, and she's still upset till this day. Like, I bumped into her recently, and this is like years after it happened, and still she was bitter and stuff. And I thought to myself, yo, like you guys, you carry it in your hearts.
Did you apologize?
Of course I did.
Okay.
Yo, I'm not inhuman. I apologize and stuff, but obviously, when I apologize at the time, which always seems to be the case, it's like you're apologizing that you got caught. You're apologizing
and
that
it's
you know.
Too late.
Yeah, and there's not much that you can do or say, but I did my part, and I did regret what I did, obviously, because I saw what I did. You know what I mean? I saw what it did to her, but also I felt 10 times worse. I was like, I'm not even dating the person, and she felt like this. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if I was like actually involved in a relationship with her? So yeah, man. And she's moved on. She's happy, but she's still upset with me. But look, you can only apologize to a certain extent.
I also wouldn't talk to that guy.
No, but look, if that's the case, then I still am sorry till this day.
Okay, let's make a public apology to
hell no.
She probably doesn't even watch our stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I apologize. It's fine. Like I've been hurt too. You know this. You've seen me get hurt, and I'm still cool with the people that hurt me. I just won't be associated with them anymore like I used to be. That's it. But forgive. Okay, if you don't want to forget, then okay. But forgive. Like, move on. It's an experience. Learn from it. Move on. So yeah.
Yeah, so all the things that I mentioned before felt like the end of the world. It felt like my heart was so broken, it was crushed. It was also because when I did like a guy and when I did feel like we were on good terms, I brought him home. And
yeah, I think that's...
the minute you bring somebody home, you just feel a lot closer to them.
It's done deal.
Yeah, but with guys, it's not the same because they get to take home any girl every time. Like, but when we take them home, it's like, especially when your parents like them. Oh. Yes. Yeah. So I thought that was.
So was it the only time you can remember you being cheated on?
Yeah, I don't remember another time. And also, that was like my second relationship.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of...
Have you cheated on anybody?
I never. I don't know. Can't remember, man. It's a long time ago. If I did cheat on the person, no, it can't be because... No.
Say it! So you did cheat on somebody before? Scandal. Jeez.
No, I don't know, man. It can't be regardless sheets if
What
you
did you
wouldn't
do?
date him.
Okay, explain it so that people can comment. I can say something, and then we will be the judge.
Because I've been
What
denied it to that person now.
Excuse, bro, we're not laughing at you, but you just.
No, okay.
So you did cheat. So you did cheat.
Yeah.
Oh, scared.
No, but like, you,
Say it. I said just say it.
I wasn't fully into the relationship.
Oh, is it who I think it is?
And you.
No, she didn't cheat. Nah, that's not cheating.
That's not, no?
If it is who I think it is
Yeah.
it? Is
Yeah.
it? No, that's not
It's
cheating.
not, no, but that person made me feel like I was.
Because he was the way he was. I'm not gonna diss the guy because now if I say no, on a serious note, like the way you described him to me
Yeah.
is what I know about him.
But
So
the
I don't
thing
want to
is-
say something that is misquoted or that is not like him. But
Yeah.
from what you told me, the type of person that he is that he is like when he's with somebody, like he gives his all
Yeah.
to the person.
But now you see, this takes me back to when you cheated on that girl, but she had feelings. So
Okay.
do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
okay, that's a good
I
example.
understand because I played with his heart. No, it wasn't,
Intentionally?
No, even though it wasn't intentionally, I should have thought about what I was doing.
Okay.
So it's kind of the same situation like you mentioned, like you hurt her even though you thought you guys were on the same page, but honestly you can't. Nobody can control what they're feeling.
Let me ask you this. This is quite a deep question. Like for me, né, from a guy's perspective, I want to ask you. So why didn't you let go then if you felt that way? But before you answer, I would like to say, as a guy, why don't we let go?
Yeah.
Or me. Let me not speak for all guys because we're not the same. Similarities, but we're not the same. So I didn't let go because, like most guys, I like my bread buttered on both sides. You know what I mean? If I can keep a girl that is like mad over me, and I can still do my shit out there, like I wasn't gonna say no to that. You know what I mean? Because I get to play wherever and then come back home and still I have security and stuff like that. You know, that was my reason, and it was purely motivated by lust. Honestly, it is what it is. So for you as a female, as a girl, because you guys are not known for that. Hey, in today's society, it's looking like it's
Okay,
you
wait,
guys enjoying
wait.
it. But why did you not? let go?
This isn't a situation like that. So I did,
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
So I did let go, but he was fighting for me, and you kind of just like you let him fight for you, but you also it's complicated. I felt bad. I felt
Because okay,
I felt like this is like one guy that's like fighting to be with me and willing to put me on a pedestal, and but
to,
I
to
wasn't
jump in with what you're
reciprocating.
saying, to jump into what you're saying, when you told me the story, what I picked up more was that you got more frustrated with him the more he tried.
Yeah, but at the same time I didn't know how to like let him off and be like, stop doing that. And because I couldn't do that, I was getting frustrated.
Yeah, so we all can relate to that.
Yeah, and I was really rude, and then when I was rude, then I felt bad, and then I was like, oh, I'm sorry, and then it was just like a back and forth the whole time. And then also what I will admit is that we are okay with like the breakup, moving on, but the minute we see that person with somebody else,
Why is that?
it's like
I could never
then
understand
I wanna,
that.
then I
could
come
never
in
understand
again, then I'll be like, I miss you.
I've been left before, and when that does happen, even with the girl that I was referring to, that when it first broke my heart, same thing. Like she was the one, like who was okay, nah, enough, I can't, and whatever. Like this won't happen again, and all that.
And
And
then
then
when you move
immediately
on.
when I moved on, ow.
I think it's like an ego thing. For me, it's an ego thing. And plus, I'm a Leo. Like, I have it in me.
And star signs.
I really have it in me. Like, even if you were to like a girl's picture, that ego snaps in and I'm like,
Why are you girls like that?
I am then babes on my labels. Why are you like?
You know, sometimes you generally just like a picture for what it is, a nice picture. Your girlfriend will think, yo, you want to smash, you want a girl or whatever. So,
yeah, so I was wrong in the situation, but there's many stories in your life where you hurt that person, or you got hurt, or it's just things you have to learn from and repent and apologize and make up for it, because everybody's feelings is valid.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's very true.
Yo, that was a lot of talking. It's enough for one day, don't you think?
Thanks for joining us, guys. We had to cut it because we want to give you some time to think about what we discussed.
Some space.
Yeah.
So the next one is really intense, and we hope you like it.
Let us know what you think.
Bye.